What's going on, guys? Logan JYA DRYKAGE here with new format Drytron. No BS, let's get into this competitive build. Alright, my friends, DRYKAGE, Logan JYA here, new format, new Drytron build, and this is going to be the most competitive build possible. This is Drytron powered by math. Huge shout out to Artorius for all of the help preparing for this list, and we're only going to make it better going forward. But without further ado, let's dive in. All right, guys, starting things off with the monster lineup, we're going to run through it real quick. We got triple copies of Alpha, triple copies of Zeta, triple copies of Delta, triple copies of Gamma, and triple copies of the new two. All of the main board monsters are maxed out. All of the good ones, we're playing at 3. Why is that? To maximize consistency. We are maxing out our 2-card combo consistency, and we are even nearing a 70% 3-card combo consistency with the opening hand by not only playing so many hard names, but tons of cards to search them. Our greatest asset is being able to play within our engine and use it to push through boards, go for game, or put up our own insane end boards. So that's the logic behind maxing out the names as much as we are right now. And the whole main deck is only 44 cards. So we're still keeping that deck count down pretty low. But moving on from there, we are also playing the 1 copy of the Artorius. This is an important combo piece. It works alongside your new 2, climb you into the Fafnir and the Nova, or bridging you into Meteonis in case your Zeta gets stopped. Ritual Monsters is the smallest package I think I've ever played. 1 copy of Big Dad and 1 Cyber Angel Ben 10. That's it. That's all we're playing. This one was tough for me to get into the mentality of. I've always been a huge fan of playing bigger ritual lineups, but at the end of the day, they really truly can be bricks, and you much rather have them be hard Drytron names. So that's what's made me fall in love with cutting it down this low. The only search target we're playing for the Ben 10 is the 1 copy of the Vanity's Ruler. That's right, Diviner has been 100% cut from this list. This is your only hard normal summon. It's the Vanity's Ruler, and you can stick it up going first as an end board piece, as a means of playing around Nibiru or playing around a hand trap like Thua. Or you can stick this up as you're going through your plays, going second, even threatening certain matchups like Draco Tail, forcing them to fuse at suboptimal times, or any other matchup that's got significant interactions on your turn. Sometimes just searching this card to your hand is enough to make them play weird. That or lock them out of making plays that would have otherwise inhibited you. So yeah, I'm still a huge Vanity's Ruler fan, and it gets even more consistent post side. Last monster we're playing is triple copies of Lava Golem as our big board breaker. That's right, we cut Diviner. Who came to take his place? Lava Golem. Love this card into the yummies. Love this card into any other build-a-board deck. Not super great into Draco Tail. It's okay. It's pretty good, but it's not great. And it's not great into Mitsurugi either. Yeah, definitely don't love it there. But this is our rogue killer. This is our powerhouse of a board clear. You know him, you love him. We are playing the Lava Golem maxed out once again. Moving on to the spells, we got triple copies of the Nova, E-Telly, 2 copies of the Fafnir. Don't forget about its bonus effect to lower levels, really good against K9. And 1 copy of Meteonis. All right, guys, I think I biffed a little bit. I don't think you need to play any more than 1 of this card. I'm going back to the original logic here, 1 and done. Maxing out consistency, we got triple copies of Emergency and triple copies of Jack the Hand Off. Oh man, this card. Okay, listen, Jack in the Hand. I used to hate this card. Now I'm a huge fan. Dude, it's just another bonus search. I kid you not. Making 3 additional slots in your deck dedicated to additional searches for your hard names, I'm all for it. Even though we're pushing above 40, I love it. I also love being able to activate this card and send it with droplets. It's just as good as Emergency in that sense. This card really is just 3 more copies of Emergency. Sure, it's not as good, but it still gets the job done. So jack up your consistency with me and give Jack in the Hand a try. I don't blame you if you dislike for that shitty joke. Moving on, 1 copy of Foolish Burial. 1 copy of Pot of Prosperity. This is another consistency choice, and low-key, kind of feels silly for not playing this in decks that don't draw cards, but just remember this conflicts with Delta. 1 copy of the Talent. 1 copy of Called by the Grave, Sacked by the Grave, and then our non-engine slots prize triple copies of the Forbidden Droplet. There is 1 less Herald of the Arclight running around, so that's good for this card. And last but not least, triple copies of Super Poly. Cutting the Diviner gave us extra space in the extra deck. Therefore, we can play a cracked board breaker like the Super Poly. even though we're still a hard going first build-a-board deck, even when you have to set it when you're going first, it's a powerful interrupt. Moving on to the extra deck, first things first, triple copies of the massive Moy Beta. Now, Artorius, this one I'm like a little 50-50 on. I do see the need for it, especially in a grind game. Gamma isn't going to get you into Dad, and Dad is the only boss monster that you can reoccur with immense ease. So, having the third Moy Beta as an option is something that you can climb into with a Gamma and get yourself that more free Dad Ritual Summon, that 5k damage stuck up on the board, whatever you need it for. Having the third one makes it a little bit easier to do that. And we do have that extra slot from that Diviner, so for now, we're doing triple copies of Moy Beta. We're actually playing a lot of Link 1s in this build. We got one copy of the Lyrilusk Assembled Nightingale for Zeus plays and Protection, and one copy of Fuko for the Zeus plays, the Protection, and both of these dual function as our targets for the Feather Storm in the side. The most broken going first strategy, in my opinion. You never change my mind on that. One copy of Downward Magician to make your Zeus plays even bigger. Of course, we play him as well. One copy of Linkaribo, recently legalized. He's back again. Give him a shot. And I did find myself using this with a Nightmare Unicorn underneath, giving me that free draw. It felt so good to be able to do that again. One copy of IP for the end boards. One copy of SP to tag into removal or end boards. Nightmare Phoenix for spell and trap popping and forcing. One copy of the Dynamundo, absolutely mandatory. Tagging to your dad, get 2 negates. Nope, 4 negates. One copy of the Walking Man, Boral Sword. He's walking up to your life points, but in this situation, he's walking up to that Lunalight card. We gotta have an out for it, so here he is. But it's also good for closing out games. And then finally, we got our Super Poly targets. I'm just playing the Garura in the Mud Dragon right now, but you can make a case for playing that third target for Draco Tail, or just a third target for whatever deck of your choosing. Instead, I'm just going with the most generic options. Last but not least, we've got the side deck. I'm starting off with the Charmies. They're good. They're really good when you know you're going second. So, of course, if it's a matchup that this is going to put in work against, yeah, bring it in. Yummy, yes, please. Any deck that's trying to summon out of the main or extra a lot, yes, please. But I can also see the case that, yes, this is also a brick. So, hey, to each their own. I'm siding 3 of it right now. We'll see how that changes over time. One copy of the Lancia. Fortunately enough, we're able to cut this one back down to 1 because Malice isn't as represented as it used to be, but of course we still are going to play it. It is a card we can search to beat matchups like Malice or Crystron, so definitely want to be siding at least 1 copy of Lancia. Speaking of searching it, one card that we have that is able to search it, we got double copies of Ben 10 in the side going along with 1 copy of Natasha. This is your going second package against the Draco Tails. Taking them out without playing into those tricky graveyard effects. It's also pretty sticky against Mitsurugi. So this is generically good going second, but also strong going first. You can bring in more copies of Ben 10 to increase the likelihood of you being able to put up a Vanity's Ruler on your end board. So there's a lot of good things to be had by siding this package, even though the time rules have changed. Moving on, we've got 2 copies of the Thrust, 1 copy of Dank Ruler No More, 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Dimensional Barrier, and last but certainly not least, what may very well be the most powerful card in the side deck, 3 copies of the Harpy's Feather Storm. You're never going to find me not playing this somewhere in a Drytron build, at least in the side deck, as long as it's legal. This is a game ender, a game stealer. Guys, these are free wins. Bring this card out. But that's just gonna about do it for new format Drytron. If you want to see the siding pattern tutorial where we're gonna go in depth on siding with Drytron and use it as a case study and example for all sorts of different kinds of decks, I encourage you to help us smash 150 likes. And if we smash 100, I'm gonna get you the Megalith Drytron build done post-dude ASAP. But that's gonna be it, guys. Logan JYA signing off. Have a great day. I'll see you beautiful people later. Peace.